Hey everyone, welcome to Malts and Meeples. I am Petter. Today we're going to be doing another 3 reasons buy / not buy. And last time we did it, talked about Gloomhaven. I'm not going to talk about what I talked about every time, but that's my number 1 game of all time. And today I'm going to give you 3 reasons to buy, as well as 3 reasons not to buy Blood Rage. Blood Rage! So, Blood Rage is a complex little game that has you drafting cards and building up your clan and their control of the lands in kind of Norse mythology, and fighting over Yggdrasil, the World Tree, to raise your stats, which allows you to have more troops or get more points if you win a battle, or have more action point power to do stuff. But you're also drafting cards to win fights, you're drafting cards to improve your clan, your leader, ships, get monsters that you can put on the board, or even maybe finding ways to die that will give you points as well. So, this game, created by Eric Lang, put out by CMON. My box is old enough that it spells out cool mini or not. This has a lot of cool minis. Let's talk about 3 reasons why you might not want to buy this game. First off, Blood Rage is not the easiest game to find. This copy I got used, and a used copy I think ran me about $50, maybe a little bit less. Not only that, it can be way more expensive than that, especially if you start looking for some of the Kickstarter exclusive miniatures. So for example, Fenris the Wolf. Just Fenris the Wolf can run $60. That's more than I paid for this whole game that comes with 35 to 40 minis. That's a bit nuts. That's a lot of money to drop on a game if you decide to go all in. Now, you don't have to go all in. You could just get the base game. But even that can be tricky to find. It's not one that CMON is consistently reprinting and putting back into circulation. So you're pretty often looking for a used copy. Next, talked about there's 35 to 40 minis in there, at least. I might be off on that. That might be closer to 50. But it's not necessarily as much of a dudes on the map game as it looks. This is not going to be your Risk style area control game. You're not going to be battling over areas the same way that you would otherwise. And getting a monster isn't always the best option, even though they look really cool. And for a lot of people, that's going to throw them off or turn them off from it, because winning battles isn't always the best strategy. Sometimes you just want to work around the edges and try and collect stuff that people aren't as interested in. Or there's a strategy, which kind of leads into point number 3, where you get points for dying. So you want to lose the battles. And if you're not careful, and this is really truly point number 3, you can have a runaway leader in this game. I just recently played a 4-player game of Blood Rage, and 2 people scored, I want to say 143 to 142. And then myself and another person, I was like 95, and the other person was 87 or something like that in terms of points. We had 2 people that ran away with it, and as you get to know the game better and you see what cards are coming around, you can eliminate cards and combinations that people might be using to get that advantage, but if it just doesn't come around the right way or somebody gets a better combo going, you can have a massive runaway leader if you're not careful. So, why might you want to buy Blood Rage? First off, this is a game that does a whole lot of things. There's engine building, there's card drafting, there's the energy management piece, there's dudes on a map. Even though I say it's not truly a dudes on the map game, you still have dudes on the map. So this game really offers something for a wide variety of players, and with all those things working together, it still runs really smoothly. So it's a lot of fun that way. And next, it was kind of a negative where somebody could run away with it, but because of how the cards are, people can have a wide variety of strategies. If you build up correctly so that you're getting a ton of points for winning battles, it doesn't matter necessarily that my characters are dying in battle. I might be getting 4 points, or 5 or 6 points for the 2 characters that were killed, but if you're winning that battle and getting 8, you're still outpacing me. So there's so many different ways to win. Like we had in that last game, we had somebody who was going all in on quests and they almost won the game. We had somebody else who was doing a lot of combat. They almost won the game. Or they did win the game. But I've also had times where I did the Loki strategy of dying and coming back and getting points for that, and I absolutely crushed it. So you have a ton of different strategies, and you have to pay attention to what other people are doing. This is a game where hate drafting is not a bad thing. In fact, hate drafting is probably a good thing. Unless there's a perfect card for you, it might be worth drafting that card that somebody else, next person in line, might be looking for, just to make sure they can't build up that perfect engine. And finally, and I talked about this a little bit as part of it, there are a lot of monsters, and those monsters are cool. You have some of them, like the Dark Elf, I believe it is, who can just immediately invade Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is a spot that can improve your stats in every area. Or you have others, like there's a troll that he comes in and every single foot soldier in that area where he goes dies. So tons of different fun things that you can do with them. And I mean, they're nice minis. Cool mini or not, or CMON, as they are now. Come on, whatever it might be. They make really good minis. And they're really good minis that work well for this game. So, trying to remember how I ended this up last time. Obviously, this is a game that I love. This is one that probably will never leave my collection, even if I don't necessarily get it to the table all that often, just because it is a little bit harder to find, and because I like it so much, because it has that diversity in what I can do. But, is this a game for you? I've given you 3 reasons to buy it, and 3 reasons not to buy it. It's up for you to make your mind up. Bottoms up.